Welcome back to the studio room. My name is Jessie, and today I am going to attempt to find a new medium to use outside of charcoal so I can get the color that I'm needing. I keep trying to put color over the charcoal and it's not satisfying me enough. I gotta appease like the other sides of my personality, you know? So I went to go to Quality Art, my local art store, and it was closing right when I pulled up. So then I went to Michael's, which, you know, I got paintbrushes and a little square canvas and the gouache, but I didn't really get what I really wanted. So take two, Quality Art, made sure they were actually open, and went in there, wandered around for a bit. It's a nice big, basically a warehouse of art supplies. You see all these canvases and whatnot, but they still didn't have like an absorbent ground or a ground that had the right kind of texture that I wanted, which was kind of disappointing, but they have so much good stuff. Look at all that charcoal product. Charcoal drawing. Anyway, so I ended up just going home with what I could find. So I've got this gouache set now, a few little canvases, some paintbrushes, paper plates, water. Yep. We're going to see if this gesso that I used, this one, we'll see how this does. I didn't know what to do, so I've decided I'm gonna make little miniature versions of my old acrylic paintings. Maybe like a couple of them. But first we're gonna do this one. A little mini version of this. So we'll just put that back here. And then we'll see how that works out. Let's get started. So I was not posting any videos because I'm a florist part-time, and I ended up working a lot more during Valentine's Day, so I didn't have a lot of time to do anything. I had to spend most of my time recuperating, and then, you know, I did that. That was a couple weeks of that in the beginning of February. It was my son's birthday. I went to a concert, and I haven't been to a concert in forever. Which was in the middle of all that 2 weeks of Valentine's Day stuff, so I was dead to the world. It was an off year for the flower sales, and we had a lot left over, and I had to throw away a whole bunch, but by the time I was throwing them away when I got into work, they were moldy, so I felt like I was inhaling a bunch of mold. So then I had a headache for 2 days, and then I felt like I was kind of sick for a couple days. Not like super sick, just like sore throat sort of thing. It's just so many excuses. I didn't do any artwork. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I'm out of practice. Okay, so the reality is the gouache did go down on that canvas, but it still holds true. Is this normal? Has this happened to any of you guys where you used to work in a particular medium and then like just out of nowhere you hated it and you keep trying to use it and it bothers you so much? I don't know. I like literally can't stand painting anymore. I don't understand. It's so weird to me. It's so bizarre. I need to know. So I'm changing tactics, and I'm going to do miniatures of old paintings in charcoal. Maybe mess with pastel. I'm at a loss. Okay. Long reset. It's the next day. I am going to try some pastels first, and then if that doesn't work, I'll fall back on the charcoal. Follow through, Jess, but also can't keep fighting yourself. Let's go. Okay, with the pastel, I desperately do not want to work on paper, so I was trying really hard to get this to work on the canvas. And if I worked it out in a different way, it would actually, I'm sure it would work. I've seen a couple other people do pastels on canvas, but the way that I work, process-wise, it just wasn't working out for me. So I kind of gave up on the whole pastel thing. The layering is not the way I want it to be. It just doesn't blend the way I want it to. So what I like attempted this same drawing 4 times, and either way, process wise, I much prefer to work with the charcoal. I don't know, there's just something about it. I guess I just love just getting my hands dirty and getting in there. That whole kinetic thing that I feel like I'm missing with some other mediums. I'm not sure. I don't know what I was expecting to happen. And it was also weird looking back and trying to do one of my old paintings in charcoal. I feel like I should have attempted to adjust the image drawing wise. But I also, at the same time, these were really small canvases, so I didn't want to make too many changes or anything to the actual picture. If I redo one of my old acrylic paintings later, I think I'm gonna actually like reimagine it and redo it versus like copy the old image, if that makes sense. Okay, something I've noticed. So I used 2 different grounds here and did the same picture. This one is easier to get some darks. I can actually smear around with my finger and stuff. But this one lifts a lot easier. And like the way I worked this one, there's a lot more like variation going on, and this one's just kind of more, I don't know, blended maybe? I don't know. I had a harder time making the stars in this one, so I think this is the one that I'm going to spray them both. Wow, it's so crazy looking at them in the viewfinder. Like, I feel like I could lighten this up a little bit. Which one do you guys like better? We'll say number 1, because I did that first, or number 2. Do I have charcoal on my face? Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to spray those and then do an isolation coat and then assess what they look like after that, because when you spray the fixative, it changes it a little bit. I feel like the details are going to be blurred out even more on the first one, and on the second one's probably going to end up looking really flat. And then I'm going to pick one of them to do some dry brush color stuff. These are the smallest charcoal pieces I have done as of yet. So, yeah. I'm gonna go clean up, do that, and I will get back to you guys. I feel dirty. I could keep going in the top. Do all right. Well, here they are. This is the charcoal with this brand gesso, which is the one that lifted real easy. And then this is the primer that I usually use with a little bit of acrylic scumbling over the top. So what I'm wondering is, which one do you guys prefer? Also, just a note for myself with this experimenting that I've been doing, I think my next project I need to just full on commit. I've been so wishy-washy. I need to stop temporarily at least. I need to do a full-on image. And I think that's what I'm gonna do next, because I need to give the color thing a break for a moment and move forward. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time in the studio room. Bye!